Let's create some art. So here we go from concept to finished painting. The idea for this artwork, dog star, dog coming from a previous artwork, keeping the dog in the box, which I plan to do a series on, and star coming from the topic of the month from Australian Art Forum. Here you can see me sort of doing my early sketches. I had this idea of creating a dog similar to the look of that in my keeping the dog in the box picture. The star for one eye, I was sort of thinking Paul Stanley from Kiss. You can see there one of my dogs has got a microphone. I was sort of thinking rock star and that kind of thing. I sort of really only had the idea for a face at the time. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with the body, so all these sketches are just trying to find something, some sort of way of making the body look interesting. Kept redrawing the face to sort of get the structure right. You can see different types of dogs coming up. Didn't originally intend to be commentating this, so I wrote a few notes, as you can see. I only had thoughts about what the face wanted to be. But we're sort of getting there at this stage. This footage is sped up 13 times, so I think these sketches were done over the course of about 45 minutes. Wrote the word dog star again just to sort of reinforce that's what I wanted. You can see I'm drawing an electric guitar, trying to go with that idea of the rock star once again. Wasn't really working for me. Tried drawing the dog from a different angle, sort of different body shape. See if I could come up with something, might see something different. See there, 3 different ideas. The first one there, I kind of like the body on that, so I thought I'd go try and redraw that one with a bit, develop the body a bit more. You can see here there's sort of drawing a body with the legs sort of sticking out behind it and sort of looking all a bit awkward, which is where the sort of puppy aspect came in. Originally it was a full-grown dog, but now it's a puppy. I drew that one and I decided, yeah, that was looking a bit fun and interesting. It's getting towards what I wanted. And then we're coming up, sort of have another go at drawing the same sketch, but just sort of work it out a bit more. See, it's very similar to the last one. Really liking the position of that, so I sort of drew a background around it, added a ball and a bone, and decided, yep, that was the one I'm going with. So we've got dog star puppy. Next stage is transferring it onto the canvas, which I do charcoal pencil, and I always do an acrylic undercoat first, consisting of 3 primary colours. Here I'm putting the yellow, and I just do it really quick. You can see this is why I'm not really a painter. I use the same brush for just about everything, and I just sort of throw the paint on. The yellow is for things that are almost highlights. Red is for sort of mid-tone areas and things that are starting to get into shadow. And then you'll see me putting blue on after this, which is for the real dark shadowy areas. I do the underpainting like this first, because when I put the chalk on top it makes the chalk look more of like a painting than a drawing, and it just gives the chalks more body and helps make them brighter, and you get the paint showing through. So you can see I've put shadows and stuff on. It's just all done really quick. This whole sequence probably took about 20 minutes in real time. So now I'm adding the chalk. Just do all the base colours first. I just had a vague idea of wanting a white dog, blue background, and possibly some kind of stripy floor, which I think I decided was floorboards. And as I said, the dog originally was going to be white, but I decided no, I'd prefer to have like a cream dog, which that way I could sort of get nice white highlights on it later on, and there wouldn't be so much white. And plus, I don't have a lot of white chalk pastel left anyway, so it would be easier to sort of cover up some of the paint a bit with a cream pastel and then just use what white I had to do the highlights. So you can see all the base colours are on. Starting to just smudge. You can see that I use different fingers to smudge different areas depending on what colours sort of stuck on which finger at the time, so I don't contaminate different colours. I think I'm starting to put details on there, define the floorboards a bit more, get in some shading. And putting in the star on the eye. And all this goes sort of fairly quick too. I think going from starting to put the chalk on to the finished artwork was probably somewhere between maybe 45 minutes to an hour. It's only a small picture, so it doesn't take long to get most of the details on, and I'm used to working fairly quick anyway. That's one of the reasons I like chalk, is that you don't have to waste time mixing colours or anything. You just sort of put it on the board and blend it on the canvas as you go. You can see I'm just putting in highlights and stuff now. The light sort of dims up and down in this because it's really hard to control the light in my studio. I've got sort of sunlight coming through the roof, and every so often a cloud blocks the sun out so it gets darker. Just using a charcoal pencil to sort of define some of the lines there. And then I think I decided the shadows were a bit sort of dull after that, so I put in some blue into all the shadows just to brighten it up a bit. So just putting blue all over the place to sort of give a balanced composition, so that you don't sort of get blue in one area and it's not balanced out somewhere else. So now we're getting pretty much finished, just signing it off with my name and the date, and there you have the finished picture.